Before we go any further, I will be discussing the ending of Ahsoka Episode 4 in detail. If you have not yet watched the episode, please go back and watch it before continuing this video. I don't want to be the one that spoils this for you. Wow, last night's episode of Ahsoka was nothing short of extraordinary, and really cements how much potential this show has to me. From the great lightsaber fights with Balin, that spectacular hyperspace jump that almost killed Hera, and the emotional conflict with Sabine being unwilling to let Ezra go, this episode has something for everyone. Except maybe all those people that were convinced Merrick was Starkiller or Cal Kestis or something weird like that. Sorry guys, maybe lay off the death sticks. Today though, I want to focus on one thing in particular, the ending of the episode, where it's revealed that Ahsoka has found herself in the world between worlds, and standing next to her, her old master, Anakin Skywalker. But how did she get here? How is Anakin here? And what could this mean for the show going forward? I'm Zach from the Five Nights Tavern, and today, let's step into this together and examine what I think is one of the best moments in Star Wars history. Let's get started. Let's go ahead and address the massive elephant in the room first, shall we? Anakin Skywalker is back in a big way, and he is there to meet Ahsoka as she enters the world between worlds, setting the stage for a heartfelt reunion for the pair. I can't even imagine what has got to be going through Ahsoka's mind right now, because the last time she saw Anakin like this was just before he ran off to save Chancellor Palpatine at the start of Episode 3, and ever since her battle against Darth Vader all those years ago, I doubt she would have ever hoped to see her old master and friend again. But once we get past the emotional fallout of seeing Anakin again, we have to ask ourselves how this is even possible. Admittedly, we don't know much about how the world between worlds operates. We've only seen it one time in Star Wars Rebels, but it still seems odd that some version of Anakin would just be hanging out in here without a reason, right? And how did Ahsoka end up in here anyway? Did Anakin pull her in? Last we saw Ahsoka, she was falling off a cliff, seemingly to her doom. How'd she get from there into the world between worlds? Well, I've got a couple of ideas as to how this is possible, and at the end of it, I would really like to hear everyone's thoughts and theories on this, because, man, I haven't felt this excited about Star Wars in a while. My first idea is that this is just a Force ghost of Anakin post-Return of the Jedi, and he's been keeping tabs on his old Padawan, and maybe even Luke as well. Seeing that Ahsoka was in danger, he reached out and saved her the same way that Ezra did back in Star Wars Rebels. Since he's the chosen one, I feel like it's not a stretch to believe that he would just be able to wander around in the world between worlds after death, and even interact with others in this way. But if he's a Force ghost, shouldn't he be glowing blue? I don't want to say outright that the Anakin standing before us is alive and well, because that would just be an insane revelation, and would almost certainly upend the entire Star Wars galaxy as we know it. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that the lack of the blue glow has probably something to do with the world between worlds, and Anakin's strong connection to the Force. That would explain his appearance, at least to me. But there's a couple of small details in this scene that lead me to believe that not all is as it seems with Anakin. Take a look at that lightsaber on his belt. That doesn't really look like Anakin's lightsaber, does it? To me, that looks more like Vader's. And if that wasn't enough, listen to the music playing in the background. Are they going to let me play music in the background? Oh well, let's find out. That's Vader's theme. What could this mean? I did see one interesting theory floating around on Twitter suggesting that this isn't Anakin at all, but a trick made up by the son of Mortis to lure Ahsoka into some sort of trap, but I'm not too sure about that. To me, it seems like this is meant to show us that Anakin, although redeemed, still holds on to some of those emotions from the days as Darth Vader. There's no real way to wipe that from his past entirely, so he'll have to carry those scars forever, even after becoming one with the Force. Something tells me that Dave Filoni and the other writers at Lucasfilm wouldn't dangle the long-anticipated reunion of Ahsoka and Anakin to the audience, just to rug pull us with some sort of cheap trick. No, I think this is a genuine moment of Anakin reaching out to help his old friend in her moment of need. And I'll even go further by suggesting that he will take Ahsoka to Ezra to save him. As of right now, our heroes don't really have any other way of following Morgan Elsbeth to the other galaxy. We've already seen that the world between worlds can take you anytime, anywhere. I think it'll now be up to Ahsoka to stop Thrawn and save Ezra, and who better to help her reach that goal than Anakin himself? It was extremely difficult putting my thoughts into words for this one due to my own excitement, but what do you guys think? Did you enjoy Anakin's reveal? Do you think he's real or maybe something a bit more sinister? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers.